You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Okay, this is really my only question.
Okay.
Is it possible for LSU secondary to get better this year?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Now, I'm going to say this. Florida State's receivers are really good.
Yeah.
You know, like those guys are talented. I guess we don't recruit Opelousas anymore. Is that our new thing? We don't recruit players from there? Because I like that guy on our team.
Yeah.
Seems like a good player to me.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I can say this, and I don't remember the young man's name, so forgive me. When I'm watching LSU play, and I keep hearing Kirk Herbstreit say, the transfer from Syracuse, I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah.
This is LSU, bro. This is DBU. And at this point, Florida State's throwing at a guy, and every time they throw at him, they say the transfer from Syracuse. So we're going to upstate New York to find people to play defensive back? Like that's the position we're in as a team. And, you know, I think two of the top recruits from Louisiana in 2024 who are defensive backs, one of them's going to Texas A&M in 2024, and the other one's going to Florida where Corey Raymond is.
Yeah.
And I do believe the defensive secondary can get better, but I also believe it's a problem if this is where we are when we're looking to find players to play DB for us.
Yeah, when Dwight McGlothern and Eli Ricks transferred out, it left LSU in a hole, and they got to rebuild that room, and they got some freshmen there, and they got some guys they're recruiting right now, but there's no way around it, RC. I mean, you're 100% right. You had to go get guys that have played major college football. So I guess when you're watching that game, RC, I'm curious how much of, and you're not watching in all 22. I get it. You're watching. We don't know the call, but you know way more about this than I ever will. How much could scheme have improved, and how much of it was just their guy in wearing 4 was just so much better?
That was a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a lot of it. You look at the pump screen to the tight end, 6 that hit that schematic, and also assignment football by LSU. But when you think about some of those fade balls and some of those 50-50 things, is that their guy is 4 inches taller with a longer wingspan. You know, he did that 2 times. There was the catch on Major and then also the catch in the corner. So, you know, those things just happen. I think what I'm most disappointed about schematically is clearly 4 was a very good player for Florida State, right? You think he's a good player. He's a good receiver, right?
This is going to be a first-round
pick. You know who else is a good player? Number 4 that plays defense for LSU.
Yeah.
You know when he doesn't get to be great? When you make him the middle backer and the spy on Jordan Travis all night. The thing about college football and why it's such a beautiful game is because it has so much to do with recruiting, so much to do with the Jimmies and the Joes. We have one of the best Jimmies and the Joes, or Jimmy or Joe in the world, in Harold Perkins. There shouldn't be a game in life that he doesn't affect the stat sheet, and he didn't. It's the same reason Michael Parsons is now a defensive end, because you want to find ways to allow him to create turnovers, allow him to create disruptions, and we didn't do that defensively. It's not always about how you stop the other team. It's how you make the other team stop you. How do I make you block Michael Parsons? How do I make you block Aaron Donald? How do I make you throw the football at Jalen Ramsey? Right? How do I put him in a place where you got to go see him? That's what we have to be thinking about our playmakers, both offensively and defensively.
All right, last thing. How much will – and by the way, So Omar Spates, LSU's linebacker, transfer from Oregon State, when he's meeting with the media last night, essentially spilled the beans that Perkins is going to go play out the box on Saturday, and they're gonna start Greg Penn on the inside. How much will having a pass rush help this secondary, which clearly has some personnel deficiencies?
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. You know, you miss Mason Smith early on. That hurts you. You're not able to get the pass rush that you want. Adding Harold Perkins in some way to that pass rush, I think, makes this a better team. But it changes the game when a quarterback doesn't have time. When a quarterback is moved off of his spot, it creates inaccuracy. And so I think that's a huge part of what they have to do. But the question is, how sound are you on the back end? How much do you believe in your talent in the secondary to start to add people to the rush and leave those guys one-on-one with an inability to play zone and have over-the-top coverage? And so I think that's a piece of it as well. And we also have to remember, too, Matt, we're in this new world of the transfer portal where it's great to feel like you can go out and get experienced, seasoned players. You know, I mean, Colorado won a game with all transfers. But the other piece of it is, too, you got to get those dudes to gel. You got to get those dudes to have a great sense of communication with one another. And that's a huge part of coaching all of these new players as well.
RC, you're the best, man. I know you're, like, just slammed and you're taking on a bajillion jobs. So to still jump on with us, I really appreciate you as always, man. We appreciate the time and the perspective. It's never lost on us, man. So we appreciate you.
My man, have a great one, brother.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.